Since you've been gone, same old heart, it's just a bit more blue. After all these years, I'm still in love with you. After all these years, I'm still in.
Welcome to another episode of Concussion Discussion, the show that we have these hard-hitting, impacting issues that we're in Tantuckatook, Canada. Tantuckatook, I'm sure you all know of it. We're in the Northwest Territories. A lot of people think we're in the Yucatan Territories, and we're in WNXZ 105.5 FM and HRPA 1145 AM on radio. So tonight we'll be talking to Mike Fletcher. Mike Fletcher, he's with this organization called NSAAED, the No Service Animals Allowed Enforcement. Now, we were kind of surprised that they would have something like this, but essentially these are some type of security that keeps people from bringing service animals into public businesses. Apparently, there's certain public businesses that don't want people don't want the customers bringing in service animals into their building. So we were surprised to find out that they had such a thing. Not to be mistaken for the NAACP. This is the NSAAED. Not kind of rhymes though. NAACP. I'm a little pissed off. I'm a little pissed off about this. Oh, you're pissed off, huh? Yeah, I like to bring my dog to places. And tell me I can't bring my dog. Well, Drufus, I mean, that's just the rules. You can't. No. I want to talk to this guy because you're not gonna tell us you're gonna bring my dog in a place. I will bring my dog. Okay, Drufus. Well, he's about to come on. Are you on the line, Mr. Fletcher? Well, Mike, yes, I am. How you doing this evening? I want to thank you for having me on your show tonight. This is a pleasure, to be on the show. I think it's important that I come on your show and talk about this issue and warn people ahead of time because there's a lot of people out there who probably are not familiar with the new laws. And they'll probably they're used to just taking their dog or their cat or their gerbils any place, They think they're going to take their damn cat or their dog into a restaurant and start shoveling food down their throat, start feeding their face. And they got their little damn dog sitting on the floor. And they think they're going to feed their little dog in the place and let them know. You ain't gonna bring your damn dog in these places and let the little mutt get scraps. It's not happening. Good. You think you can bring it? Tell me what I'm gonna do. Hey, Mr. Pencil, who is this person? He sounds retarded. You're retarded. Mr. Fletcher, this is my co-host, Drufus, and he does not like the idea that you're telling him he can't bring his pet, his dog, to a public place, and he's upset about that. Well, I understand. That's tough cookies for him. I mean, he probably needs to be doing something anyways more constructive, helping himself, get a little more common sense or whatever. But the law is what the law is, No, I'll tell you something. You trying to tell me I can't bring my dog? I'm going to tell you. What the hell did he say? I thought you trying to me. Okay, Rufus, calm down. He doesn't like the idea of it, Mr. Fletcher. But go ahead. Basically, the audience who's listening, we just want to let them know that, on this episode of Concussion Discussion, this security officer, he's a security officer. You're a security officer, sir? Yeah, well, let me break it down for you, Mr. Pencil. You see, no, sir, the NSAAED, we're a branch of government. And we are security, but governed under a branch of the government. So, so on this episode of Concussion Discussion, this security officer from the Department of No Service Animals Allowed Division, apparently they're a branch of the government or some security or something. Basically, what these people do, they keep people from keeping, of course, bringing service animals into public businesses and establishments. So his name's Mike Fletcher, and welcome to the show, Mike. And go ahead and give us the background of this and how it got started. Thank you there, Mr. Pencil. Appreciate that. You see, we're we're called No Service Animals Allowed Enforcement Division. You see, No Service Allowed Enforcement Division is basically, we're a branch of MAGA division of the government. And as you very well know, MAGA, under the Trump administration, is Make America Great Again. MAGA. And the national, and so this is the No Service Animals Allowed Enforcement. So, Make America Great Again, and this is the division, No Service Animals Allowed Enforcement. So it's all one part of the branch of the law. The people in general, these people, animal lovers, I would say, they think that they could just run amok. They've run amok, thinking that they could take their animals anywhere. They're going to take their dog to the bathroom. They'll take their dog on the bus. They'll take their dog to the restaurant. So they take their animals everywhere. And so most of the time it's dogs. I have to admit, most of the time it's dogs. But sometimes it's cats, even guinea pigs, And so my job basically is to stop these people at the door and tell them, no, you can't bring your animals inside this establishment. Hell no. You cannot bring your animals up in here. And people actually hire you for this? Well, absolutely. Yes. People hire me. That's why we have this business. You see, our business is that, people bringing their pets in these establishments and businesses, and I'm supposed to make sure that they don't. I'm supposed to stop them at the door and let them know that we have a no pet policy under the NSAAED. And the new NSAAED states that you cannot, by all means, under any circumstances, bring your. And just telling them that they can't bring it in. I mean, I do have to admit, I have heard that you has been against the law in some places. Well, yeah, I mean, in the restaurants, technically it's not supposed to be allowed. In restaurants, there's a health department code violation that you can get if you bring an animal into a restaurant. And still, technically speaking, that law is in place. But you see, Mr. Pencil, they don't enforce these laws these days. They're letting people bring their animals any damn well. Any damn well. Now, I have to sometimes get up in these people's face and let them know, you bring your pet up in here, I'm going to kick your dog's ass and I'm going to kick your ass. Okay, sir, you can't use that kind of language on the show, and that's a little offensive. No, I'm just letting you know what we have to do on the job, because we have a lot of irate, ignorant people who they think that, no matter what I say, they're going to bring their damn dog up in here. Up in here. Anyways, you know what I'm saying? And I'm letting them know, this lady brought her dog in and said, oh, she's going to push me aside, come on in with her dog. To hell with me. So I grabbed her by her hair and I yanked her out, pushed out the door. Then I grabbed the dog's leash and I kicked the dog over the cars parked in the parking lot. And that let him know, you won't play with me, you ain't gonna mess with me, Wow, Mr. Fletcher. I'm surprised you got away with that. They didn't arrest you? Well, no. I'm within my rights. I'm telling them, if you're gonna bring your dog here, you can't do it. And they're gonna do it anyways. I have to exercise my rights. I have to enforce the law. Okay, well, so we're talking to Mr. Fletcher here. His name's Mike Fletcher, and he's with the NSAAED. It's the NSAAED, the National Service Animals Enforcement. That's the No Service Animals Allowed Enforcement. And this is a branch of the MAGA Department of the Trump administration. When Trump was president, Mark Pence signed this law into effect. Mark Pence said, we have to enforce this. So this is what happened when, under the Trump administration, Mark Pence made sure that we could enforce this law that keep people from bringing their animals inside of business. Wow, I haven't never heard that. No, that's interesting. News to me. Yeah, well, I'm sorry that you're just not that well informed, Mr. Pencil, but you need to look into it. Well, trust me, Mike. It is. It's the law. And people ought to have the rights to not have to put up with somebody's dog or somebody's cat, somebody's damn animal, Truthfully, it's a nuisance. Yeah, but you have to understand, Mr. Fletcher. I mean, you're telling people they can't bring their service animal, and the service animal is for their medical conditions. The service animal is to help aid them in whatever their sickness is. Okay, that's a bunch of bull crap. First of all, let me tell you something. First of all, most of these people that bring their pet in, their dog in, they're pets. These people don't got nothing wrong with them. Maybe they're goddamn crazy, but they ain't got nothing wrong with them that they need to be bringing a dog or a cat in. All right, they can leave the damn animal home, and when they get home, they can feed it and pet it and walk around, whatever. But no, hell no. They're lying to you. These people are lying most of the time. I see them. I'm trying to tell you, most of the people that bring these animals in, they go to PetSmart and they buy these little certification things and vests and stuff that they put on their dogs. They ain't no service animal. Okay, well, I'm not sure about that, Mr. Fletcher, but I'll take your word for it. You're the person that has the legal knowledge of the law. Absolutely. So, what kind of incidents have you had? Oh, man, well, let me tell you. I had this one guy, he brought his dog into a hotel that I was working at that night. Now, this is a high-end hotel. I was working, and I had to stop him as he's coming in the door, and I said, "You can't bring that in here." And he said, "What, my dog?" I said, "Yeah, yeah." And I pointed to it, and I said, "Look, you can't bring that in here." So he said, "Oh, don't call it a it. Don't call it a it. Don't call it a it." Yeah, he said it. I So he got mad, you know, and he kept walking past me. So I grabbed him and I shoved him out the door, and he shoved me back, you know. So I punched him, and he fell back out the door, right? And he fell back out the door, and his dog started barking at me, right? It's one of those little Yorkshire Terrier type of dogs, Yorkshire Terriers, Yorkshires. Yorkshire Terrier, I think is what you're trying to say. Yorkshire, yeah, yeah. They're little expensive dogs, and they say they're cute and all, but I got sick of that thing. It just kept yapping and yapping, so I kicked the hell out of it. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that kept that damn dog from going into the street was and getting hit by a car was the leash. The leash is always saving them damn dogs. Oh my God. Wow. You kicked the dog over the cars. Yeah, he wasn't real big, you know what I'm saying? When them little dogs, you kick them, they go a flying. So I said, so he wanted to fight. He was really angry, he was pissed off. And yeah, but he let it go because he had to take that little dog to the vet. He seemed to be unconscious, so I don't know. But he brought it upon himself. All he had to do was leave. He's going to try to tell me you're going to bring his dog in there anyways. And I let him know, you ain't bringing that damn dog in here. You ain't going to shit on my floor. Wow. Whoa. I don't know, man. That's... So, Mr. Pitcher, let me tell you something. I'm abiding by the law. If a person is going to come into this place and they were told not to come in, they trespassing. You know what I'm saying? They're violating the law. They're also violating the the NSAAED law. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, this is actual law. If you look it up, it's under statute 143962. And it's the NSAAED law. It's the national no service animals allowed uh, allowed enforcement department of the government. You know what I'm saying? So you can look it up if you don't believe me, but I mean, this is a law, like and people, they're going to start enforcing it more and more places, and you'll see that you'll go take your dog someplace, and they're going to stop you. And when they do, it's going to be on. It's going to be on. You mean like on a fight? Yeah, it's going to be on. I'm telling you, because I ain't playing with them. Yeah, it's not. It is absolutely within my rights, within my job to enforce this law, because it's a crime to be bringing an animal into a place where it's not supposed to be. So I'm just doing my job. Okay, well, I've never heard of this law that, but I'll take your word for it. I mean, I don't see how it's possible, but I mean, people have been bringing their pets into businesses for quite a while now. I understand that, Mr. Spencer, but see, you got to understand also that, you know, That's why we're hired. A lot of people, a lot of businesses feel that this animals being taken everywhere is out of control. I mean, you can't take your dog to the hospital. You can't take an animal to the hospital. You can't, plus your animal might have rabies or some kind of disease, you know what I'm saying? So, and then your animal could cause people to get sick, So I don't want to get all into that. I'm just talking about basically this is the law, and you can't take your pet animal. I think this is really a bunch of bull crap that you're saying, and I read it to you. I'm gonna put you in your face. I'd like to see you do that, you retard. Anyway, I'm not to waste my time with that, Mr. Pence. These pet owners, think they can do whatever they want to do. That's the whole problem. They've gotten out of control, and we're just putting them back in their place. That's basically what our job is. And I take pleasure in kicking their ass and their dog's ass. Okay, Mr. Fletcher, uh, that just doesn't sound professional at all. I mean, are you sure you're really, this is an actual job? To me, it sounds like you're going to get beat up. Eventually, you're going to run into the wrong person. Well, it's interesting that you should say that because, we had this NFL football player come in and bring his dog. Now, this is a big man, you know what I'm saying? This dude was big. And so I stopped him at the door and I said, hey, look, you can't bring that in here. And he started cussing me out and talking down to me because, he an NFL football player. He made, $19 million a year. I'm just a security guard. What am I going to tell him what to do? How am I going to tell him nothing? So I stood in his way, and I was like, he showed me, right? He said, get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? He cussed me out. He pushed me out of the way, and he's a big dude, so I can't really stop him. You know what I'm saying? I was like, he must have been, 200-something pounds. So he grabbed. So what I did was I grabbed this pipe that I keep behind the door, right? And I knocked his ass out. I knocked that fool silly. Okay, that doesn't sound like that doesn't sound legal at all, Mr. Fletcher. Now, I may not have been legal, but I mean, first of all, that's my self-defense. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this dude's bigger than me. I can't carry a gun, so I had to do something, and I had to stop him from bringing that damn dog in there. Mr. Fletcher, are you serious? Oh, I'm damn serious. He was a big boy, and I knocked his ass out with that pipe, and then I kicked his dog. What is this with you kicking the damn dog? Why you keep abusing the animals? Man, I'm trying to tell you, these people bring this upon themselves. The animals would not be harmed if they didn't come at me like that. They came at me like that. You come at me, it's on. Okay. Go ahead, Mr. Fletcher. So he's a big dude, and I didn't have a weapon, so I grabbed that pipe because I saw it behind the door, and I laid his ass out. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he was a big dude. I had no weapon, and I waited for the police afterwards, but if I didn't get in his way, let him know, and then knock his ass out, he would have been up in his room by now. You know what I'm saying? Okay, dude, Mr. Fletcher, you're going to get in serious trouble doing something like that. I mean, that's, to my understanding, that's an assault offense. No, that's enforcing the law. He broke the law. He trespassed. That's trespassing. And, self-defense. I I let him know not to come in with the damn dog. And then he started the dog started barking at me. You know what I'm saying? After that, the dog was barking, and and uh, that was a little nervous right there because he wasn't a little dog to kick. You know, what kind of dog was he? He was a black dog. What kind of dog was he? He was like he a black dog, like one of them Doberman pinchers. I don't know. What kind of dog was that? It was one of them. It's a dog called like a cane corso. You know, they made a big deal of it. Cane corso. This big dog. They say it was like so. It's big, and they say this type of dog was in a movie of some kind. You know, like Hunger Games or something. There's some movie they made. They used these cane corsos, and they were popular. So of course I was scared as hell, you know, when this dog, because they ain't not some dog you can kick and he's gonna go over the cars like a Yorkshire, like a poodle or something. You know what I'm saying? Yorkshire Terrier. So when this dog came at me, I mean, he went at me, and I took that pipe and I beat that dog. I laid that dog out like his master. Yeah. Okay, that's really messed up. But what am I supposed to do? You know, that dog was so big, he killed me. And then I'm like, who still thinks he's gonna bring a dog this big in the hotel and let him shit in our hotel? No way. You never get that all mess that carpet clean. So I was like, I beat that dog with that pipe, and I kept the beating because I mean he was vicious. He kept going after me and going after me. So I kept wailing on him and beating on him until I finally laid him out like his master, and they both were laying down the ground. Now, the white woman behind the counter, the woman that works the hotel, she was disgusted. Really. She was upset. Oh, yeah, she was pissed off. She was very angry that I beat this man and the dog. And she was like, oh, well, you should not have done that. He's a guest here, and it was perfect. You just talked to me. It would have been perfectly fine. I'm like, ma'am, I was told to do this job. I did the job. I'm trying to do the job so that, you know, to the top, to the point where it's supposed to be done. And now I got to deal with you. You know what I'm saying? Even a white woman is going to sit here and tell me, you know, don't beat the dog, don't hit the dog, this man, don't, you let him go, it's all right. And I'm like, hell no, ain't all right. So it was self-defense. After I knocked that dude out, I beat his dog, and I had no choice because it was all like Donkey Kong. I mean, it was on. You should have seen how heated the situation was. Man, I'm telling you, it sounds to me, I don't know. They took him to the hospital, right? Yeah. I mean, I think he played for the Los Angeles Rams, and I was like, you know, you ain't gonna be going to no Super Bowl this year. Yeah, well, actually, I think they won the Super Bowl this year, so I guess you're wrong about that. Oh, damn. Well, maybe he didn't play in it. Oh, well, I don't know. Mr. Fletcher, but I would think you're probably going to see some trouble with it. Oh, well, I did hear that they want to talk to me about it some more. And I tell you, Mike, you know, people think they can do anything they want to do. Just because you have all these other people that think they have the privilege to just bring their dog into a business or establishment. He an NFL football player. And he thinks, well, because he got money and he's famous, he can bring his dog in there. I let him know that not only his fame, his money, and his dog are not welcome. I let him know. Okay, well, I don't know. I hope that works out for you, Mr. Fletcher. I don't know, man. It will work out. I mean, I'm the law. I'm the law. I wish he would. I wish he would. But I tell you, Mike, let me tell you something about how this job goes. Uh, what other incidents have you had? Well, I had this white girl. This white girl's coming in with little dogs. You know, them little dogs are the worst. They always try to sneak the little dogs in because they think they can hide them, you know. At first, I told them they can't bring the dog in. So they went outside and they hid the dogs in their purses and they came back in. And it was a group of them. And I'm like, well, okay, well, what'd you do with the dogs? And they're like, oh, we put them off someplace else. We put them over a friend's house. We sent them to a friend that he's got a hotel somewhere else. I knew they was lying. I said, let me look in your purse. Let me see in the bags. They're like, no, get away. So I was like, oh, okay, all right. So I knew what was going on. So I'm like, you gonna take them damn dogs out? You know what I'm saying? You ain't bringing them in here. So at that time they called the police, and there was a big ruckus, and because they just determined they were gonna bring their dog in, and so we had it out, and they ended up letting them take the dogs in because I was already in trouble for knocking out the football player, but.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in for Concussion Discussion. And catch us for the next episode where we'll be talking again to Tyrone McAllister. Have a good evening.